Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how work fixes all your problems. Not necessarily all, but at least 90% of your problems in life can probably be solved by work. And work is the ultimate painkiller. And I'm going to give you guys some examples, some lessons that I've learned recently from my journey as an entrepreneur and just things. So when you are struggling with something and when you're self-destructing, when you're doom scrolling and you're just fucking around, you're like lying in your bed doing fucking nothing, there is pain present. And that pain is not going to go away. The thing which happens when you work is you forget about the pain that you are feeling, and you actually go ahead and start to solve the thing which is the work, and that pain then goes away, which is super fucking interesting and cool to think about. So with work you solve the pain, with work pain goes away, the whole thing which you're scared about, you gain more clarity on the problem itself, whatever it might be. Like your anxiety starts to work eats away at your anxiety. Like no matter how big of an anxiety you have, after you start working, your anxiety will start to reduce and reduce, because now the whole problem you have is more measurable for your head. It's like, okay, we can probably get this done in 4 hours, or we can probably get this done in 2 hours. And it just stops being this thing which is in your head and something that you can actually solve. Now I'm actually gonna also give you guys some more examples, which is like when I was starting out as an entrepreneur, like 2 3 years ago. This is fucking long time ago, man. 3 years ago, yeah. So back then, like, I genuinely didn't know where to start. So I had generally had no idea. Like I was just like, I was high school dropout, and I like everyone was telling me to, like, online, everyone was telling me to, hey, join sales, you should learn how to sell, and you should learn how to market, you should try to start a business. The issue was I had no skills, I didn't know how to sell, I didn't know where to start, I didn't know what to, I just didn't know anything. So all I knew how to do is just like, okay, this was my big realization, all right. So I thought to myself that, hey, and back then I was watching a lot of Alex Ramosi. Alex Ramosi was posting a lot of content for beginner entrepreneurs back then. Now he's posting mainly like super advanced content for like million plus, like guys who are already fucking rich, business owners. Anyways, so he was making a lot of good stuff for entrepreneurs who are starting out. And I was watching his stuff back then, and some of it I was relating, and some of it wasn't helping me at all. He had a playlist which was basically sales and mindset. That was the name of the playlist. And that playlist was basically just lessons that he learned from selling businesses, just how he manages offer, how he does sales, just random mindset stuff, whatever like he knows, etc., etc. And back then he was also doing a lot of podcasts with just a lot of people. He had like around maybe 5 to 10 plus podcast, all of them more than 2 to 3 hours long. So it's a fuck ton of content. So in my head, I was like, and back then I was like, I resonated a lot with Alex Hermosi, and I still do. But I've kind of grown through that phase. I'm like, I've learned a lot from him and learning from different mentors right now. But back then, I was just like, okay, if I go ahead and consume all of Alex Hermosi's content, I might just get one piece that really might make sense. And yeah, this is just like a piece of advice for me just starting out. If you're starting out as an entrepreneur or someone who's just like starting out trying to make money, you always want to assume that the answer that you're looking for is lying somewhere. It's lying somewhere, maybe in this video, maybe in the video that you're gonna watch after this, or like anything. People call it productive, like people call it productive masturbation. Like people think that, oh, I'm just in a cycle of watching more and more self-improvement videos. Yeah, yeah, sure, if you're not taking any action on whatever you're learning. But if you go ahead, like for me, I always had this mindset, and you can adopt this as well, which is like, everything will come to me. all the answers will come to me. Every single problem that I have will get solved. And therefore, whenever I watched a video, whenever I was watching any podcast, anything, any video from Alex and Mosey, from currently my mentors are Sam Owens, Charlie Morgan, I'm watching their videos a lot. They're multi nine figures, eight figures entrepreneurs, crazy, super rich guys, super rich and super wise as well. And I watched their videos so carefully because every single, like for me, every single word that they say is from Bible. And yeah, that might sound like an exaggeration, and of course, a lot of their beliefs are like might not be true. But the truth is this, like, understand this. Right now, your understanding of the world, your belief set might not be 100% aligned with the person who is rich or the person who is successful. And instead of trying to craft your own mind or like fixing one thing at a time, which is going to take fucking forever, and introspection and all that, what I would recommend is find one person online which you really resonate with and just copy their mindset 100%. And I did this with Andrew Tate as well, and like I became a person who who was a little bit misogynistic back then. Like I was fucking 16, 17 back then. But yeah, like learning from him and copying his paradigm back then taught me so much about mental strength, taught me so much about being grateful for like the strength that I had back then. Like back then, I also started to get into boxing. I did a fuckload of shit shouldn't have done. I learned a lot, and then I kept growing. So it helps if you just go ahead and copy your mentors like 100%. You're gonna learn anyway. You're gonna make mistakes. Like stop assuming that you already know everything. You fucking clearly not. And yeah, it's super fucking simple. I'm gonna tell you what. Right now, I'm at the current stage I'm at right now is I'm watching a lot of content. Reading a lot of books, and the reason I'm doing that is because right now I'm consistently doing 1 to 2 lakhs per month, which is which is okay if you think about from Indian standards. Like, oh wow, nice. But I don't want to be the guy who dropped out of high school and now is making 1 to 2 lakhs per month, and yeah, he's just like there, whatever. I want to be the guy who became ultra successful and not just 1 to 2 lakhs or 10 lakhs or 50 lakhs. I want to get to a point where I'm making 10 crore, 50 crore per month. And of course, getting to 10 crore, 50 crore, 60, 70, 80 crore per month is going to take a lot of time, but I can build towards that, and I can count and reverse engineer where that path is going right now. So now, like my current priorities, I'm just sharing my mindset with you guys because this might help. Like this might help because like for me it has helped me so far with getting to 1 to 3 lakhs per month. And like I just don't know, like I hope this helps. Whatever goal you have, like whatever goal I have, I'm focusing on reverse engineering that goal, which is like, okay, I want to get to, let's say, 100, say 50 crore per month. 50 crore per month is a decent amount. Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, I probably need to learn how to start my own company. I probably need to learn how to sell a proper service, probably need to learn how to deliver proper services, all that shit. Okay, nice. Now that is way too far for me. Where can I start? Like what's the step before that? So the step before that is just learning. The step before that is, okay, I need to go ahead and first of all, right now at the current stage that I'm in, I need to go ahead and heavily invest in proper gear and proper setup. So that is my main focus for 2026 right now, which is like invest in getting a proper MacBook, which is like a work setup, invest into getting a proper chair, work setup chair, invest into getting a proper, like making sure that my work setup looks more professional and I don't look like a guy who's just walking from his basement, you know. So that is like my first priority, because if I can take that off, if I can take that off, then I don't need to worry about that for the next 4 or 5 years. So I'm gonna focus on taking that off, and then I'm gonna focus on the next thing, which is, for me, the next thing feels like is learning from books. So I went ahead and bought three books which I feel like are going to give me the answers that I'm currently looking for, and going to obviously give me more problems, which I'll keep searching for more answers. But right now, like, these are the books that I'm reading, and I'm not reading all of them at the same time. I'm just reading one at a time. So I bought the book Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Waltz. This book is basically about self-image, and one of the biggest things which I've learned from Sam Owens, Charlie Morgan, and a lot of my current mentors is that you cannot grow past how you see yourself. If you see yourself as a guy who doesn't deserve 10 lakhs per month, who doesn't deserve to win, doesn't deserve success, you're gonna, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much opportunities God gives you, universe gives you, you're always gonna end up self-sabotaging yourself. Identity always wins. Like, identity like has a lot of power even over biology. So for me, like, I understood that, like, and a lot of mentors of mine also said that, hey, like, you need to read that book. So I'm just like, okay, let me not be arrogant and let me just fucking read that shit. So I'm in the process of reading that. The second book that I'm reading right now is Good to Great by Jim Collins. That book is basically about how great companies win, something like along those lines. So just like examples of companies, like how they went ahead and kept chipping away at it. This is a book which I got recommended by Sam Owens. It seemed like a a really good book. I have not read it, but I'm gonna fucking read it. So that is the next thing, and the last book is Principle by Ray Dalio. Fucking good. Like, I genuinely didn't know about that guy when I first bought the book, but I've heard his name so many times on so many podcasts at this point that I need to fucking read that whole book, bro. Like, one of the greatest investors in history. In history. Uh, Arguably better than Warren Buffett. I don't know about the investing world. I'm just saying what I've heard. But yeah, he's the fucking god. Anyways, so as you guys can see, I'm not overwhelming myself with the amount of work that I need to have. I'm not saying to myself that, hey, my goal is impossible. My goal is possible. All I need to do is focus on making small progress, chunking it down little by little, little by little. And I'm gonna end this video right now. But before I go, I wanna give you a last small story example which I learned from Samuels, and he taught this thing from. He basically read Jeff Bezos's letters to his shareholders. Let me go ahead and tell you the whole story. Okay, so Jeff Bezos wrote in one of his one of his letters to his shareholders, that he was basically like one of his executives was trying to learn on how to do a handstand. Now hear me out. Just bear with me. She was trying to learn how to do a handstand, and she was obsessed with like learning how to do that. And she kept trying, and she just couldn't do it. And then she was just like, fuck, what do you do? And she just joined a class. And then she started going to the class, practicing every single day, and she still was struggling to do it. And then she was like a little bit upset about it, like, why can't I do it? And then she ended up hiring a personal trainer who was going to teach her on how to do a proper handstand. And the personal trainer on her first day told her that, hey, this is gonna take you 6 months. Like the average person thinks, like, this is what the personal trainer said to her. The average person thinks that in order to learn, you can learn a full handstand in 2 to 3 weeks. But the truth is, in order to learn a handstand, it will take you at least 6 months of consistent practice every single day. So you're showing up every single day, you're practicing every single day, and then you'll be able to do handstand. And from that particular letter, what Jeff Bezos was trying to say was the importance of having realistic expectation, especially in business. Now, this is still something that I'm like I am trying to understand it more, because there is obviously more nuances. You always want to be realistic, but you always also want to be a little bit delusional. So there's obviously nuances here. But what you can learn from this is that Things are going to take time, and it's just reality of life. And instead of getting sad over the fact that it's going to take time, all you can do is focus on consistent action every single day. And I'm going to give you a really good example. A few days ago, no, not a few, like I think a month ago, I was really like just fucked up in my head. I was like fuck, like where I didn't know where to go in terms of my entrepreneurial journey. And I started watching a course from Charlie Morgan and his Imperium Academy. And God forbid, uh, his videos, his modules were 2 to 4 hours long on average, every single video. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it's fucking tough. Like, of course, like if it's a podcast, if it's a funny podcast or something like that, then yeah, you can go and sit down and watch the whole thing. You can watch a whole fucking movie. But watching a whole ass fucking lecture on how beliefs work, on how paradigms work, on how the reality works, and all that shit, it's boring as shit. It's not just boring; it's mind numbing. And it's a lot of videos, like it's like 2 hour videos over 2 to maybe 25 hours of content just on mindset itself. And it was just fucking me. It was just fucking me in the head, just like reading it all. And it helped me to understand that, hey, I don't need to finish it all today. I don't need to finish it all this month. I don't need to finish it all, like I don't need to finish it at all. What I need to do is focus on making progress. And I'm not going to focus on seeing the ending, which is like, finally I'm done with all of these videos. Because the more that you try to focus on getting it all done, the more you will see how much work is left, the more you will disappoint yourself, the more sadder you will get. So, like Sam Owens and Jeff Bezos, what they're trying to say, in my opinion, was just that: make progress, make progress, focus on working, and yeah, in mountain, like in a lot of mountain movies, they have this example which is like, do not stare at the summit. Summit is like the peak of the mountain. When mountaineers climb the mountain, they always focus on their boots, always focus on taking the next step, always focus, okay, what is the next step? Let me take the next, what is the next step? Let me take the next step. And then an hour get passed, and then they look back, oh my god, I just made so much more progress. Wow, I'm so happy. And you then make more progress. You just little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. And this has been worked for me till now, and I'm confident I'll keep iterating on this mindset. I'll keep getting more nuanced about how this stuff works. I'll keep growing in my financial journey and entrepreneurial journey. But for you who's struggling right now, for you who is just getting into entrepreneurship, who doesn't know what they're doing, who's kind of scared, who doesn't know if they can make this thing work or not, just work. Work fixes all. Just watch the videos. Watch the videos and take a blind leap of faith, and it will all work out.